Big news from the draft world. ESPN's Field Yates and Mel Kiper just dropped a 3-round mock draft, and I am diving straight into what that means for Denver. 3 picks, 3 chances to reshape this team. Let's break it all down. Who they took, why it makes sense, or doesn't, and where things could go from here. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. Okay, starting with the Broncos' first pick, 20th overall. In this mock draft, the Broncos go running back, Omarion Hampton, out of North Carolina. And listen, if you've been following any draft buzz around Denver, you've probably seen this name come up again and again. It's not a shocker, but it is a bit of a statement. Hampton is 6 feet, 221 pounds, and ran a 4.46 in the 40. That size-speed combo puts him near the top of this running back class. If Ashton Jeanty wasn't around, we'd probably be talking about Hampton as the clear RB1. The biggest thing that jumps off the screen with Hampton is how violent he runs. This isn't a guy who's going to tiptoe out of bounds. He's looking for contact. He's trying to run through defenders, not around them. He's got that fall-forward mentality that Denver's backfield has been missing. As a receiver, it's a little less clear. He had 38 catches for 373 yards last season. Not bad, not amazing. Most college backs aren't featured in the passing game, so there's likely some untapped potential there. He's not Alvin Kamara, but he could absolutely develop into a reliable 3-down back, and that matters in this offense. With Bo Nix likely running the show, having a dependable physical runner behind him could make a world of difference. Bottom line, I like the pick. It's a bit of a reach, sure, but if you're going to reach, do it for a player who fills a real need and can bring an edge to the offense. Full send on Omarion Hampton. Now here's where things get a little more debatable. At pick 51, the Broncos take Mason Taylor, tight end out of LSU. First off, yes, he's the son of Hall of Famer Jason Taylor and nephew of Joy Taylor, so the name carries some weight. But is that enough to justify a second-round pick? Taylor stands at 6 feet 5 inches, 246 pounds, and over 3 years at LSU, he put up around 1,300 yards and 6 touchdowns. Not jaw-dropping numbers, but pretty solid for a college tight end. He's consistent, reliable, not flashy. Think of him as a Hunter Henry type, capable of catching passes, blocking when needed, and lining up all over the formation. But he's probably not going to take over games. That's the kind of player Taylor is, safe. And safe can be good, but at pick 51, you're usually hoping for more than just safe, especially considering there were still some high upside prospects on the board at that point. That said, the Broncos' tight end room does need some depth. Evan Engram is your starter now, but beyond him, there's not a lot. Drafting Taylor gives the Broncos a guy who can develop behind Engram and maybe grow into a starter down the line. Still, this feels like a bit of a reach. Not a bad pick, just not a great value. And now we close it out with a sleeper pick I actually really like. In round 3, with the 85th overall pick, the Broncos grab Elic Ayomanor, wide receiver out of Stanford. If the name rings a bell, it's probably because he was the guy who helped Stanford pull off that wild 29-point comeback over Colorado last season. Yeah, that was him. Ayomanor grew up in Medicine Hat, Alberta, moved to the U.S. to chase football, and battled through injuries to become one of Stanford's top offensive weapons. He's 6 feet 1 inch, 206 pounds, and ran a 4.44. That's a great size-speed combo, and he's only scratching the surface of what he can do. Last year, he put up over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns in a Stanford offense that wasn't exactly lighting it up. So, to produce like that in a tough situation says a lot. He's not a polished product yet. His route running could use work, and he needs to be more consistent. But the upside is real. And more importantly, this is the kind of value you want in the 3rd round. You're not drafting superstars here. You're looking for traits, and Ayomanor definitely has them. Honestly, he just feels like a Sean Payton kind of pick. Not a big name, not a first-rounder, but a guy who fits the mold. Think of guys like Marcus Colston, Lance Moore, players who weren't hyped but found their role and produced. If I'm ranking these picks, Ayomanor might actually be my number 2. Hampton's still the favorite, but this is a sneaky good pick with a nice ceiling. So, what do you think? Are you rolling with this mock draft haul? Drop your grades in the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. And if you would have gone in a different direction, let me know who you would have taken and where. We've got more draft coverage coming your way as the countdown to April 24th continues, so be sure to stick around.